Hello, everybody. Um, One thing that is getting talked about is the possible malfunctions of electronic voting machines. A very simple answer to this, to prevent it from ever happening again, would be to um, make a law that every single state has to hand count the votes. Do that, have them hand count the votes like they've done for thousands and thousands of years, and that can be the way elections are resolved. Um, Maybe it takes 2 days for everybody to do it, but we're not left with the situation that we're left with now, with these massive claims of fraud and dominion voting systems that could have caused some hacking or some mistallying of votes. But the situation that we're in now could have been avoided if we would have done what some Democratic senators proposed that were more middle Democratic senators. But we did not go that direction. It kind of got swept under the rug, um, with the exception of Texas, who decided to do away with the Dominion system. I don't know if they're doing a total hand system or if they're using another type of system, but they're not using the Dominion voting system, um, which is actually linked to a group that's linked to George Soros, where their office is in Toronto. Interestingly, one of the biggest donors, if not the biggest donor for the Democratic Party. Um, but the Dominion system, it definitely has created a some chaos or whatever, regardless of the hand counts that will happen anyway, and regardless of the lawsuits and the pressing up to the state legislators for the lack of certification of the election, as what is hoping by the Trump campaign. But the this lack of certification is going on for a reason. Is because there's just major discrepancies that have gone on that seem like they can only be attributed to electronics or some kind of technology that gave some kind of major surge that was outside of the typical law of mathematics, in correlation to the previous numbers that we saw. When it's basically at 50-50 or 53-47, when it keeps going back and forth between something like that, and then one candidate for a 6 or 8 hour period takes 70% of the vote, actually 68.99% of the vote, but roughly 70% of the vote, which happened Thursday.